Hey, NBJV listeners. I am so excited to share something really special with you. It's a compilation of many episodes and leadership moments that I have captured in my recent interviews over the last couple of months. So, as I travel across the country, across the world, I'll be getting these moments, getting these lessons, and obviously sharing the verses with you. Perfect for when you're on the go because they are short bursts of wisdom that give you a quick leadership boost and set the vibe for your day. So sit back, press play, and enjoy these moments from our NBJV leadership versus on the go, all together in one mini episode.
Let's put the pedal to the metal, let the top lean back. I don't know where we're going, I don't know what we're running to. I'm checking for you, how you feel about that. I think it's time we rendezvous.
Welcome. It's such a nice, beautiful day. We just had some fun fellowshipping at this gorgeous home in Martha's Vineyard. So why don't you tell everyone who you are and what you do for a living?
Yes, my name is Justin Harmon. I'm a private banker, and I work at the firm Truist Financial.
And how long have you been coming to the Vineyard?
So I've been coming to the Vineyard for 4 years now. This is year number 4 for me. Did not grow up coming here, just heard about it, but thankfully was able to start coming here a couple of years ago, and now this has become my true happy place in the summer.
And, you know, a big part about coming to the Vineyard is all about recharging. And I think all of us as leaders need to recharge so we can bring our best self to everything that we do. What does recharging mean for you, and how do you accomplish it?
So recharging for me on the Vineyard typically entails going for runs in the morning, something I like to do early while it's still a bit crisp and it's a little bit cool in the morning. And typically I run by the folks that are on the beach getting their yoga on. And sometimes I'll tap in, do some yoga, but more often than not, I'm typically running. And then other than that, trying to find an opportunity to get in the water, whether that's the pool, whether that's the beach. That's how I find myself recharging when I'm here.
Nice. And the last question is really about talking about the future. You know, we've been talking a lot about the future of technology and culture. If there's one thing that you can make sure is baked into that future, what would that be? What would you hardwire into the future of technology and culture?
The simple equity. So in my job day in, day out, I am helping folks manage their wealth, and equity is a key part of that, ownership. So the goal for me is, as we think about the future, is love for all communities, all colors, all flavors, be able to be a part of an equitable future where they're able to participate and folks have the opportunity to earn business and have a seat at the table to win. So for me, equity is what I would love to have baked into the future.
Okay, and one bonus question. I love that, equity. One bonus question. Since you're out here running and recharging, what's on that playlist, man? What is that playlist that's helping you really recharge and be refreshed and brings you joy?
Well, I have to say my favorite artist is from Atlanta, Young Jeezy. So Young Jeezy is typically on my playlist. Thug Motivation 101 is what I'm jamming to. And looking forward to going to a concert in New Jersey in a couple of weeks. So Jeezy's on the playlist, oftentimes on repeat.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was great. So hello, welcome to this beautiful event in Martha's Vineyard. I hope you had a great time, this beautiful venue. Let's start with you telling us a little bit about yourself, your name, what you do, where you're from.
Yes, my name is Kellie Pean. I am residing in New York, but I'm a Midwest girl, so I'm originally from Ohio. We come out to the Vineyard every summer with our family, and it's just my moment to just take a step away, be able to distill, reconnect, recharge, and just, have a little fun.
And what do you do to recharge?
So many things. I think peace and quiet is really important to me. I think my day-to-day life is very stimulating, sometimes overstimulating. As you can imagine, being in New York and working in the city, and also having a business that is rooted in entertainment marketing and culture marketing, I am constantly barraged by just a lot of inputs. So sometimes it's just going home to the suburbs and being able to sit outside in the backyard. Sometimes it's driving with no music or sound. And sometimes it's taking a vacation where I just get to chill and kind of be in nature, but have the option to be able to socialize.
I think that's lovely. And I'm kind of thinking about when can I get to do that, because we're so committed at the Vineyard.
Yes.
But tell me, what was this event like for you? What did it feel like? What nuggets did you get? Share a little bit about that.
I think it was great because there were so many different people in the room that were just open to connections and conversations. And I think that it's nice to be in a space where you don't have to feel so orchestrated to have natural conversations. Everything felt a bit organic and natural here. And I think they did a great job of opening it up to just have like dialogue, natural dialogue, but also some really great prompts and conversations with the opening remarks and the panels, right? It's just really engaging people to go out, connect, look to your right, look to your left, have a chat. Before COVID, we were so used to being in person and talking and connecting with people in real life. And then we got into this like Zoom mentality where everything was digital that is just nice to like have a chat, have a conversation. And I've also run into so many people and connections that I didn't know would be here. And that's also like the beauty of the Vineyard, right? It's just like you have one conversation and next thing you know, it's like 2-3 degrees of separation to somebody else.
Yeah. So when I think about you're an entrepreneur, and please shout out your company and what you do. When you think about your pathway in unboxed leadership, leadership that has no boxes, what does that mean to you?
So I launched a business in 2018 called Brand New A Collective, and we're an integrated cultural marketing agency that's based out of New York and LA. It's really interesting that you asked that because I am probably one of the most conventional people ever. My mindset from an early, young professional age was to follow a very set model. So I had a very linear, myopic view of what I can do. I was in brand marketing. I was working for amazing brands. And it was like, I start here, I go there, and ultimately I would love to be a CMO. And this is the box, and this is the line. And it was very nice to operate in such confines. And then I think there was this moment and catalyst where that line just started to shift a little bit. And rather than just continue on it, I was motivated. My husband made a comment to me. He's like, why don't you just like try something different and just like open your mind to it? Who knows what's out there? And reluctantly I did. But not only did it open me to lead marketing for an amazing brands and marketing entertainment, but it also introduced me to my current business partner that I co-founded Brand New with. And I met her on the first day of that new job. So it was this stepping stone to this completely new world for me. And I'm just so grateful that I was like open to receiving new options and new opportunities that weren't a part of this original plan, if that makes sense.
It makes a total a lot of sense. And that's exactly what being Unboxed is about. Last thing I'd love to hear from you is, what songs are playing on your leadership playlist? If I heard them, they bring you just joy and peace. Yeah.
Depending on when you catch me, you're going to catch different vibes. Sometimes I'm listening to Stevie Wonder in the office because I'm like an old soul girl with my dad and my grandmother. We were always listening to like records, of artists from like the 60s, 70s, 80s. And then you might hear me in my like Glorilla phase because I just need to be like art, and like have like a little like amp up moment because that's the energy I need to like get through this or like amp me up. So I love the versatility of music because it really like sets the stage for like any mood I'm in.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes,
really
of
appreciate
course.
it.
Thank you.
All right, so we're coming to you from Martha's Vineyard after an amazing event. And I just want to tell you guys, this one right here is a powerhouse. So please introduce yourself to the audience, your name, what you do, talk a little bit about this event.
Got it. Hi, everybody. I'm Michele Jawando. I'm the president of Omidyar Network. Omidyar is a philanthropic venture, and we are singularly focused on how we hardwire humanity into all we do, particularly in the moment that we're in right now, talking about our digital revolution. So today we had a fantabulous, I'm making up words on the spot, event, but I have to put it all together because it was a beautiful room. Yeah. It was joy, it was imagination, it was whimsy, it was boots on the ground choreography, it was thinking about what our freedom can look like when we own it, when we create it, when we build the companies and the tools and the communities that we want. And so it felt really special to be able to build this and to do this today with so many friends in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so as we think about being on this beautiful island and what we do, we often talk about recharging. What does it feel like to recharge? So tell us, what do you do to recharge yourself?
I love that. So this is, like so many other people, my family and I have been coming for a few decades, and it always feels like this is our happy place. the moment we jump off the ferry and we get here and we put our feet in the sand. So there is something magical about just being in this place where you meet new best friends.
Yes.
You connect with friends. My best friend since I was 16 years old, we're both here. We're all here together with our families. And so there's something about being in community that just really fills me. And I think at this time, when there's a lot happening, the moments that we get to be with one another and just have that hug, that conversation, that cry. And we got to do all of that today because we laughed and we cried and we saw each other and we hugged. And I think that for me gives me the most kind of sense of recharge.
And, you've had an incredible career. We both worked at big tech companies, done a lot of things, philanthropy, supported that, et cetera. What is, I like to say especially when I'm talking to a lot of people about having what's called unboxed leadership, like no boxes. Yeah. When I say that and you think about your own journey, what does unboxed leadership mean to you?
I love that. So I will tell people I could not imagine the work that I'm doing now because 20 years ago, this foundation didn't exist that I'm running. And so many people say, I'm going to go to this place and I'm going to do this job. And the best thing that I can tell you about unboxed leadership is kind of living authentically in who you are. It is not about trying to pretend to be someone else. It is living wholly within yourself and not putting the kind of restrictions that others put on you when you think about what's possible for yourself. Some people would say, oh, you shouldn't go into tech. Why not? Some people will say, oh, you shouldn't go into law. Why not? People will say, you can't do this. And you say, actually, I can. And so when we remember who we are and all the power we have in ourselves, you will be amazed at all of the opportunities in the world and all of the options that become available to you.
I love that. I love that. So speaking of music and no verses, when you think about like music that just brings you joy, if I asked you for that playlist for you, like what is that song that just brings the joy, what would it be?
So I am without question a New Yorker, but I also Caribbean roots and loving soul. So in my head, I have so many songs. Shaka Khan, I'm Every Woman is at the top of the playlist. NDRE, Sacred Space, like I am, I can be a part of and I can create that. Then I got to go to New York and throw a little Biggie in there. More money, more problems. You just need to know that the higher you go, and you're going to have to know how to deal with it. And then I got to take it back to church and I take it back to Kirk Franklin and I hold Inside, I Smile. And so you keep it all together, you get a good little mix. So have a nice ratchet, a little hip hop, a little soul.
I love that playlist. Okay, I understand the journey and I love it. Listen, I know we have to get out of here. My last question is just something for both of us to do. This is my lovely sorority sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I just want us to shout out all the AKAs.
All the AKAs. We love you. The first Black Greek letter sorority for African American women. We got it. I love you, sis.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening to No Boxes, Just Verses. And if this episode moved y'all, please share it, rate us, follow the show on your favorite platform, and we can keep building our leadership playlists together. So you can find me, guys, on Instagram as Shannon Nash 1 and No Boxes Just Verses on Instagram. You can also find me on LinkedIn as Shannon Nash ESQ CPA. You can also find No Boxes Just Verses on LinkedIn. You can visit our website at noboxesjustverses.com. Finally, don't forget to check out the show notes. The show notes are super important because this is where the playlists will live. You will be able to get these playlists on Apple and Spotify. You'll also be able to follow up and see how to reach out to the guests, follow them, and support them. Until next time, I need you to stay unboxed. You come for the stories, but you stay for the playlists. I'm Shannon Nash, and I'm out.